I hope they've got the anime persona.
5 seconds
Who's got the the hot Dragon Knight.
Mhm. Do you like that one? Do you like the Dragon Knight persona quite a bit, or do you like the sets?
I
Because
think
he has
he's
some
more
great sets.
I think he's more attractive that way without his helmet on. He's got a nice head of hair.
Yeah, he does. So do you, Neff. Hair's looking great today.
It's not. You know what they did? They threw out my my hair product at airport security when I got back from Germany.
No!
Yeah, and I went to my my salon. I tried to get the same stuff, but they were all out.
Dude, shout out to the fact that you and I also both use the same hair product, we found out.
Yeah.
And we both like the same type of boba.
You know, when I first started casting with you, I had nothing in common with you outside of Dota. But now look at all the similarities that we've got.
We're just finding things day after day.
Yeah. every day's well, every day's magic in this relationship, Ricky.
Thank you. It is true.
Okay. With Dragon Knight picked up, they ended up grabbing a tiny, which was nerfed into the ground. I mean, the hero was picked up almost every game. It was first phase pick and ban material prior to 7.30 E. Excuse me. But now I'm surprised to even see it grabbed. Well, hold on, I got the page right here. The tree throw unit bonus damage was reduced from 25% to 20%, which matches the tree grab value. The splash now equals the tree grab splash value, so it's now from 200% at all levels to 40, 60, 80, 100. It's not nearly as good inside the laning phase. In fact, all game.
It felt really weird that like the tree grab like throw was substantially more damage. Like that just was super bizarre to me.
I liked it.
It just felt weird. Like you would just like throw it and like cleave a whole wave down out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was cool. Along with all of his other wave clearing tools. The tree grab building damage was reduced by 20% at all levels, and level 15 talent was plus 30% tree grab unit damage. Was changed to 20%.
They just banned an Ursa on Simply 2 based.
Why the hell would they ban it? It's definitely going to be a tiny... Maybe they're super...
No, it's got to be tiny safely. It's got to be Costa Biles, right? Or maybe they're running Moo tiny and they're still picking Costa Biles hero here?
Maybe they clicked the wrong hero. Why would they pan that one out? They've got a Dragon Knight as well. It's probably going to be Dragon Knight in the mid lane and Ember safe lane, right? Or are they going to run DK off lane?
I feel like it has to be DK at the off lane.
Yeah, but then you get owned because the Nyx Assassin is going to be roaming elsewhere. You're just going to get...
Radiant's turn to pick.
Okay, that's probably what they're worried about. Like, if it's Shadow Shaman and Ursa, then the Dragon Knight isn't going to be able to be by himself. And they're going to reveal their last pick here, and it's going to show that it's going to be Dragon Knight in the off lane. I don't think they'll run Dragon Knight position 4 when they've gotten abandoned and a Nyx Assassin here. But we'll see. Yeah, it had to have been it. They go, okay, we could end up... We could give them the Ursa, but then the Dragon Knight isn't able to exist by himself in the lane. The Nyx Assassin needs to be there at all times. If it's just the Shadow Shaman and another hero, then the Dragon Knight is going to be able to survive because of his extra bulk.
Yeah, and you can just move Tiny to the offlane, right? Like he just goes with the Blink Dagger build, and it still has a lot of utility as the game goes on. Not, as broken as we saw in the past, but it could actually just be the primary build now that they nerfed the auto attacking Tiny so heavily. And they go ahead and grab a Terrorblade, a hero that has been banned all day.
All right, they're going to have trouble bringing this guy down. I think it's one of the best carries inside the patch. I think it's only a matter of, well, we'll probably see a big patch before the DPC starts. Let's be real here.
10 seconds.
Actually, I'm not sure if that's true. We'll probably have qualifiers and then a big patch. And then the DPC will start.
Watch them do the patch like week 2 of the DPC again.
Oh, Valve.
Ooh, that is a very good pick. Moo Timber, right? That's just a classic. Take me back to like what, TI6 where everyone's just mooing like a cow.
Yeah, a lot of people who weren't from Dota thought that the crowd was booing.
Yeah, a lot of people thought they were booing. They actually wrote an article about it. I remember hearing it. They're like, fans boo. I was like, no, you just don't get it.
You fucking idiots! You're not one of us.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Now, I didn't have the opportunity to talk to Moo again between the games. I don't have the opportunity to talk to Moo again between the games, but you guys can check him out at twitch.tv/Moo Dota. Or is it Moo Dota 2? Forget.
I think it's Moo Dota 2. Do the research, Neff. I believe in you.
Yeah, it's Moo Dota 2. He's still got his business associates profile picture. At least it doesn't say JStorm at the bottom like it does on Brax's stream. But yeah, anyone who wants to see Moo some top tier gameplay, man, is absolutely incredible. You can check him out on twitch.tv/Moo Dota 2. Man needs more viewers. You're welcome. I've done my part, Ricky.
Thank you. I'm sure everyone appreciates it.
Mm-hmm. Gutter's been streaming a lot more recently as well, as far as I'm aware.
A lot of the streamers are back since the DPC is currently on hold, but I'm sure that's going to change in no time. Once DPC is back, we're just going to see everyone go off the grid again.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just tuning in, this is game number 2 of our second series. It is 4 Zoomers versus Simply TOOBASED. The Zoomers coming out ahead in game number 1. And they decided to bring out the carry Tiny here in game number 2, something that was pretty heavily nerfed, as Neff was going over some of those changes here in the most recent patch. But they still feel like they can make it happen.
Yeah. Now, anyone who didn't catch game number 1 and wants a rundown of things, team pretty much the same. They ended up replacing Eternal Envy with Costa Belay as the position 1. He had a pretty solid performance in the last game that we just watched. A lot of space being created by Gunner on his Ember Spirit. I'm happy to be seeing him play that one again. But no, so TOOBASED, they're not a team to scoff at here. They've got a lot of very good players, and yes, they've ended up changing around their roster quite a bit. They've got 3 South American players, so they're more of an SA team than an NA one right now. But Mr. Jeans, Widge, Benjaz, all very solid. So they have their work cut out from here on Zoomers. I'm hoping we see some action at the start of this game, man. I want to see blood. I want to see things happen. I want to see people level the wrong skills because they're forced to take a level 1 rune fight.
It's always the
Let's
classic,
go.
man. Well, they
Yeah.
do have 3 heroes here at the bottom lane, and they have vision of them thanks to this ward. So Z-Freak, he's can just go in with the shackles. He's going to drop it right onto the Abaddon, and with the body blocks, maybe? Nah, he's able to get out with the Aphotic Shield. He's going to be fine here on this Abaddon. Close, though.
Yep. Maybe if he used penitence on him, then he would have died there, but then Aski would have had the wrong ability.
Yeah, then you'd have
What can you do?
Penitence instead of Divine Favor for the lane, right? And yikes.
Just lose.
Oh, he's going to take Holy Persuasion one. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't have done anything. Anyways, mid lane matchup. Mr. Jeans, he ends up securing himself all 4 creeps. Gunner doesn't manage to get the cancel off onto him.
Prepare for a lesson.
I'm not sure what that one was all about. Maybe they're just fans of each other.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Jeans ends up getting that dodge off with the sleight of fist. You do have the ping advantage here on Gunner, but this is Gunner.
Widge is going to take a lot of damage here from this creep wave. He also just happens to have a stolen range creep here, so quite annoying to deal with.
But he's just trying to get what farm he can on Wish. Otherwise, he's gonna kind of struggle. Get zoned back. You want to be able to allow Dragon to take like the 1v1 fight, not deal with Husky here. At least for the first little bit.
Yeah. Overall, CS-wise, mid lane's pretty even, but overall, Ember Spirit doing well.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's doing so well here. But again, Gunner's actually opted to go 1-0-2 rather than the 1-1-1 build that you see a lot of the time against like the melee hero matchups. I guess he figures if Mr. Gene's sitting at full HP, he's not going to have much kill potential on him.
He does have a lot of damage that comes from the overload attacks too, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, we see like Ray Lisa and whatnot go for this build if they're just focusing on farming, then move into the jungle and like go between clearing out small camps and medium camps and farming. But they ended up nerfing the XP of the small camp a little bit.
Rightfully so. That thing needed to be nerfed. Oh, bottom lane, Imperium taking a lot of damage, but he's still got this Aphotic Shield, and Boris is sitting on 10 stick charges, so I don't think he really cares about anything right now. And Gunnar in the mid lane starting to feel the pressure here from Mr. Jeans on this Ember Spirit.
Yeah, the second point into Flame Guard doing work. And again, if you messed up the first couple of waves, you let Mr. Jeans have a little bit too much. Okay. And with the less XP that you get from the small camp, I think Storm Spirit's a little bit less value than he was before. Because that's one of the strengths. Like, if you're not doing amazing in lane, or even if you are doing amazing, you quickly shove out the lane, go to the side camp, blow it up. But it was reduced by 10%.
They're looking for the mid lane. Slight chains into the Impale Gunner. He can't do anything here. He's going to eat a Spike Carapace. So rotation in from the Shadow Shaman, and he catches him with a Shackle. And without getting the Spike Carapace off that time, he goes down.
Yep. Nice, cool Common Collector there by Gunner. It saved up 6 stick charges from the laning phase, so you're able to walk that one off and grab itself the Bounty Rune here. Let Z-Freak soak some XP mid for a little bit. Z-Freak pulled that back in a tower so he could get it by himself before Gunner arrived.
What a guy.
Based. He got level 3 off of it, though. So maybe it's worth it. What a greedy position 4. I love this shit.
I mean, that's Z-Freak, man. He is a very greedy 4.
It's simply too based, my friend.
And top lane Widge will grab the first water rune, and the bottom one's going to go to Mr. Jeans, so a little bit of regen advantage going the way of 2-base there.
Yeah.
Oh, Spike Carapace?
He's gonna go for it. Mr. Jeans, you need to go up there, man.
He's just going to shackle him, and that damage is more than enough.
Mr. Jeans hesitated a little bit too much there. I think they could have gotten the kill if they had walked up the hill right away. But again, he didn't have Flame Guard available. So, but with
a little
10
bit of
sticks,
miscommunication.
Mr. Jeans might have been able to kill both of them.
Yeah, it would have been close. Bottom lane Moo on the Timber Saw. Not having a great game, but once he hits level 5 here and grabs that 3rd point in the reactive armor, I don't think he really cares all that much. He'll be able to sit here solo. Mid lane though, Gunner. Falling low. Oh my gosh, these 2 points in the overload.
Denied.
Put it in work now. The Electric Vortex was necessary in this lane as well if he wants to have any kill potential here on Mr. Jeans. But Wiz now sitting behind and gives him the salve. Gunner's gonna be close.
Imperium, what a play bottom. Just crushes Moo just with the miscoil spam as well as the Aphotic Shield there.
Yeah, ended up going 2 points to the miscoil, so I don't think he was expecting that amount of damage to come out from it.
Oh, Z-Freak with the wraparound, gets the shackle, the damage. It might be there. He's not level 6, and there's rotation with a ghost. They might be able to do it, and they do, but a nice turnaround here from Widge, trying to find Gunner, but he gets away. And that is going to be an overload proc once again. He gets level 6 and secures himself a quick double kill there on the Storm Spirit.
Welcome to the gun show, baby.
It's always been a gun show. So here's the thing, you know, it's not Halloween anymore, but Husky's still feeling the season as he's got this ghost he's been following around with him. This thing is so good early.
Oh yeah, this thing can clear out Ancients. Well, where's it now? Where did it go?
It's sitting on bottom rune, scouting for it.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah, this thing is able to clear out Ancients. Plus 8 damage on these right now as well.
For Radiant's middle tower.
Let's see if they try to set up on the mid lane again. Wiz is just playing behind. They scout out Husky here.
Well, Husky has a ward here, so they know that he's here to begin with. Nice Impale comes through. Gunner, Searing Chains underneath the tower, and all the remnants come through. He's actually going aggressive to finish off the Nyx, and he does. Oh my goodness, Gunner. That is a real Chad play if I've ever seen.
He ended up, he not only did he go far forward enough to kill the Nyx assassin, he finished him off with an auto attack that was like, that came out onto him when he was in midair. But it also ended up, he was in the invulnerability frame when the Sleight of Fist hit him.
I don't know how Gunner's able to walk around anymore, man. That guy.
Me either.
Some
Every day
steel
must be a
down there,
workout.
dude.
Man's built different. Husky, he's about to go down here.
Yeah.
And no boost of speed.
This is where you say, you know, space made, I'm just a support type of scenario.
Yeah,
But kill
takes
go in the way of
30
Mr. Jeans. He'll be happy about that one.
Yeah. Got our 4-0 and 1. He's gonna have this orchid completed fairly quickly. He's heading back to base, and the only reason he might be doing something like that is like forcing himself to use a bunch of banter in order to go back to base. Is I think that he wants to rotate to a lane, go and gank someone. I'm not sure what lane he's gonna go to though, because killing Benjaz is gonna be kind of difficult. And there's no one showing in the bottom lane right now, so this feels like a suboptimal play. Yeah, he decides to go back into the mid.
Moo grabs the bottom tower. Timbersaw things, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't get the last hit, but small play police there.
We will.
We will. Goes to Belay, level 6 here in the top lane. Does need to be careful as Benja is going to pop that dragon form and start putting pressure on the tower. They're going to TP Moo up here. He's done his job bottom. And if they can get this kill, this would be huge. Benjaz in a little bit of trouble. A lot of damage going to come through from this Timbersaw, but thanks to Imperium here, they can't really get too aggressive. And Moo should be able to keep this tower alive for quite a while.
Yep. They got a chunk of damage onto it, but yeah, they're just going to sit him in front of wherever the enemies are trying to play. He sees the Dragon Knight pop his ultimate, he moves over there. And he's the only one with real tower taking potential right now. Boris is going to be one playing inside the jungle. He can't show himself up against the Storm Spirit, especially not when Storm completes this orchid. He just melts way too fast on magic damage from him.
Absolutely.
He ended up going the Falcon Blade though. Between that, the magic wand, and like if he's on strength treads,
Not too fragile.
Yeah. I'm not used to Terrorblade having this much of HP.
Yeah, he'll have like 1200 HP with the treads, right?
Yeah. Go figure. I don't like how this game constantly changes, Ricky.
Nephi don't like change.
Pig pull found. I imagine he's gonna. Oh, he's not gonna hold on that. Instead, he's gonna hold on to the tumbler store.
I would like to say that I definitely convinced Valve to give Pigpole its own sound fight, because I complained about it relentlessly in tournament during like Pro Series 7 and 8.
I was there. I remember.
It was the worst.
Yeah. Moxie always mentions how much of the squealing noise bugs her when we're playing together.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. Nothing like a good old pig squeal, man.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna go ahead and sack top lane, but they are putting a lot of pressure on mid in the process. Z-Freak, he just comes in, grabs the Dragon Knight. They're gonna have to respond to try and help him out, but too much damage just commits right away. Gunner gives himself another kill though, stuck underneath the tower, does get the save there thanks to that Hand of God, and now they're looking to take down the Nyx Assassin Avalanche, toss the damage in from Costa Bile. Is it enough though? The saves from Imperium trying to keep him alive, but Gunner gets himself a double, and on the backside of the fight, Husky chain stunning up the Ember Spirit. Mr. Jeans, he's got to get out of here. Remnants away. Looks like he might make it. Gunner held in place for the moment. Mr. Jeans looks like he's gonna survive, maybe. That's a chakram available. Never mind. Moo cannot be stopped.
You don't get away from Moo on the Moo hero.
I mean, he committed so heavily onto this Chen and just got double Centaur stomps plus the mech Hand of God. Like Husky, he wants you to jump him. You just didn't care.
Well, it wasn't Husky. He was really trying to go on. It was Z-Freak. That's the most important target. You want to be able to stop him from disabling you, but it took him so long to bring Z-Freak down. There was just nothing he was able to do. Once he had that like second set of Hex and Shackles, you were just done.
So they know Widge is here. Like they saw him underneath sentries. They're just trying to play it cool. No, we don't. Oh my God, that is a third Centaur for Husky. Oh no. You can't keep doing this, sir. He's gonna try and snipe one. He gets it. Nicely done there by the Nyx. All right.
Very nice. Does he have like a custom sound for Timbersaw?
What? In what regard?
Is Chakram? I think it is.
I mean, that's the Immortal. It's had that sound for a long time.
I don't know anything about hats.
Yeah. I felt like that just is the default one, like, because almost everyone in the game has that Chakram Immortal. Bottom lane. Gunner gonna be able to jump onto the next here. Husky setting up the chain stuns. He dodges the Dragon Tail. He's out, and Z-Freak's rotating in, gets the Hex. Imperium can't save him. He's trapped inside the wards. And oh boy, they're looking really good here. Gunner trying to take down the Abaddon. Benjaz caught by the Orchid will fall. Imperium borrow time gonna expire, and then a Hex comes in from Z-Freak. 5 heroes here surrounding the sides of TOOBASED, and they pick up 3.
The only person they don't grab is Mr. Jeans, who managed to get away. And on the other side of the map, I mean, Terrorblade is farming. He's at the top of the net worth, just barely ahead of the Storm Spear. For the next 3 heroes, all inside of 4 Zoomers, they've got a 4K net worth advantage. They've got so much disable, and you're never in the correct position right now on Imperium to be able to get that off instantly. And Gunner's been putting in so much work dodging out spells and staying alive. He's 7-0-4 right now, and you're playing against 2 heroes with very hard lockdown, with no dispel on your side. They've got Nyx Assassin, they've got Dragon Knight. These heroes should be able to deal with the Storm fairly easily, but Gunner's been having the time of his life.
Yeah, I mean, he dodged the Dragon Tail in the last fight. Like, he's just feeling himself. Like, he's going to be hitting a really strong timing once that BKB comes through, because then that lockdown you're talking about doesn't matter, right? He just picks a hero, and he's going to say, you're going to die.
Rates isn't their name and his death note, right?
Yeah, he just pulls out his pen. He's like, all right, let's see. Top lane, Boris, like you said, still farming pretty well, but it really feels like things have kind of slowed down here for the side of TOOBASED. So you got the Spirit Vessel picked up on the Ember Spirit, but not really putting it to any good use here. They have not been able to find these kills in these fights, mostly just due to Husky's Chen, right? Like, he is just keeping heroes alive with this Hand of God mech. So many auras as well. Now they're going to find him the Orchid onto the Abaddon. They really want the Ember Spirit. That's the choice if they can get him. He gets a Remnant out, and he's going to survive. Gets an Invis rune as well in the process. Z-Freak, though, they have a Sentry.
Jeans.
Oh,
he's going to be...
Well, a little bit of courier misplay there by the 5.
Yeah, these things happen. He's more focused on Mr. Jeans, but nice initiation. Gunner setting up Imperium, so he wasn't able to get the Aphotic Shield off onto Jeans there as he was being pulled in and stunned up. But does manage to get out eventually there.
This is a good smoke here. They just grabbed the Blink Dagger here on Benjan, so a great opportunity for them. They saw Z-Freak on the Shaman for a moment. Not necessarily a bad target by any means. They've got to get a sentry down. Yeah, they're going to grab the Shadow Shaman. That's the big kill. The Hand of God, the mech, all comes out. He does get a nice ward trap for a moment, but they jump on the high ground. Ember Spirit, he's isolated. He can't really afford to go down here, but he does anyway. Boris laying in the damage now on this Terrorblade. Can they do it? Moo just chops down another. Gunner just waiting for his opportunity to go back in, and this might be it. Benjaz falling low, and Gunner looking for Boris on the Terrorblade. The Orchid comes through, but they don't have the chain stuns. They'll be able to take down another. Imperium will buy back into the game. Gunner needing mana here. Wants to reinitiate, waiting for that Orchid cooldown in just a couple of seconds, but they've actually caught him. Nice Hand of God. There's going to be the Sunder onto Costa Bile, falling low. Vortex comes through. Moo doesn't have the damage alone. They need to back. They've lost pretty much everything but a TP in from Jeans on the backside. He misses the slide chains. Costa Bile is out. Oh no. And with no more control, they will leave without losing anything.
There's no way. They're just walking away from this one. They bought back on Imperium. They're not going to be able to take the fight. At the very least, they could get Z-Freak, but he's too far in front of the rest of his team. He's taking... Oh my! They're all just gonna walk away. Oh my god! I mean, the fight started great. They get on top of Z-Freak, but they didn't have enough damage to blow him up fast enough. It felt like it.
That's gonna be a dead Nyx Assassin in the mid lane. Imperium not close enough there to keep him alive, and Gunner, again, he's gonna just continue to pick off these heroes, especially when you have this Timbersaw who's as farmed as he is, right? Like, this Timbersaw dumps a lot of damage very quick into that Orchid, making that soul burn that much more. They can go for Roche as soon as Serpent Wards are back up. Maybe they just go for it now. They do have a Chen. Yeah, they're just gonna do it. They don't care.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not going to be super slow with the Alpha Wolf and with Ghost of Bela here now. They see that they're doing this, but the issue right now is you don't have any damage on TOOBASED, and you're going to have even less damage later once these BKBs are completed.
They've got a sentry
Storm
here,
like
but they have no vision outside the pit. They will see Widge now. So need to start grouping up, but Z-Freak, he's caught the Ember Spirit on the backside, and they've also held down Imperium. Mr. Cheats falling low. He doesn't get out in time. What a catch there by the Shadow Shaman, set up from that ward. 3 heroes fall quickly, and back into Roche they go.
It goes from bad to worse off of this. Again, I don't think there's even any way for them to take the fight against them. They like do the press initiations inside the pit. Your heroes just don't do enough damage at the moment.
I mean, they had that high ground ward, right? That scouts the whole side of Simply TOOBASED, and as soon as he catches that Ember, Gunners puts the damage in onto the Abaddon, right? Wants to prevent him from being able to save that hero, and works out great.
Yeah. I've just got Empyrean figured out. It looks like he's got his work cut out for him in this game. But every time they're on top of the Ember Spirit, it's so difficult for them to get the jump off onto Z-Freak here. Speaking of, why did Z-Freak send himself out of Quelling Blade? I don't understand.
Maybe for warding?
What do you mean?
Like cutting certain trees to place like better wards?
I'll have to watch and try to find out. I'll watch and learn. But yeah, right now they
I don't
just
see
have
any
the
like
damage.
reason specifically other than that.
Yeah.
There are certain ward spots that like are very good if you cut down a tree and place it where the tree was.
Well, I'll find out eventually. Either way, like on topic of like the lack of damage here on TOOBASED to this point, like they're forced to buy all these initiation items or items to be able to prevent healing a little bit. They would Spirit Vessel on the Ember Spirit, which means that you don't have a Maelstrom to be able to farm up any faster or shove out waves. So you're sitting at 60 to 100 net worth, and you don't really have a way to quickly and safely shove out lanes because you don't have the Maelstrom.
They're looking for Benjaz bottom, I think. They knew he was pushing the lane, and they have smoked up into the enemy jungle, hoping to find this Dragon Knight. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're heading back to mid. Gunner with BKB and an Aegis to boot. This guy is very strong. He's going to pop the Arcane Rune. They find Jeans. He comes in, catches him with a Vortex. Orchid to follow, and he needs help from Imperium, but he can't make it in time. Gunner beyond godlike at this point. Imperium's gonna get that borrowed time Ponce here as Costa Bile finds him, and Gunner gonna continue the chase, and why not? He's got an Arcane Rune. All of this mana goes so much further, and he's still looking for more. That Orchid comes out, finds the Nyx Assassin. No Vortex quite yet, but he's gonna get the kill at the Soul Burn, I think. Nope, able to keep himself alive, but he dies to one last auto attack.
Two separate instances, the Overload ended up connecting with him after the auto attack did. Which is just, you know, unfortunate mechanics. That's it. 2 last outer towers left, and I don't know, 12k net worth advantage. It feels so much worse than that. We're looking at 4-21 right now, Ricky.
It was 4-20. Neph, Blaze it. Shout out
cool.
to Blaze himself. Great guy.
The tournament admin?
Yeah.
Our boss.
Please don't
Shout
hate
out
me.
to our boss. Please continue to employ me. Thank you.
Yeah. But, you know, 4 Zoomers looking just as good here in game number 2 as they were in game number 1.
I think even better in game number 2.
Yeah, you're right. They really are, and that's a DD now on Gunner. Minute 30 left on his Aegis. This man feels invincible. He's on his way to a Kaya Sange. Question is, will he even need it? DD comes out. He's going to start doing what damage they can to this tier 3s. They drop the Serpent Wards as well. Getting on top of this Storm Spirit is going to be so hard. Fortification does come through. Going to help clean up some of this. And Gunner's ready to go. Orchid does catch the Nyx Assassin, jump in from Benjaz. They catch him, and Boris, this is his time. He just gets instantly Hex shackled up, and he goes down. Boris without a BKB. You can't do a whole lot here, and they're falling one by one. A buyback from the Nyx. They just call it Neph. This game is done.
As soon as you went down the Terrorblade there was just nothing you're able to do. You finished up the Eye of Scotty, but you needed that BKB to be able to fight at that point. 17k net worth spent here, 21 minutes. I mean, Game 1, Gunnar popped up. And game number 2, this was all him. Moo did an amazing job in the bottom lane. He took that tier 1 tower pretty early. He sat in front of other buildings. They tried to pressure there, but they did such a good job with this early aggression. I wouldn't say that Costa Bile was really that relevant this game. I mean, everyone else kind of had things handled. Like late game, he would have ended up securing things for them, sure, but I'd say that was like mostly just the other 4 people on 4 Zoomers playing so fast.
I mean, like you
And,
said, man, welcome to the gun show. 14-0-12. Just having a great time. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this was like definitely a team effort. They only died 4 times across the board. Zoomers, you know, showing that they still got it, man, after the DPC season, you know, a couple of roster changes, and they are looking strong.
No doubt. I mean, I think it was also a little bit of a drafting issue. Like, if you lost a lane zig, your heroes weren't going to do enough damage. Like, you get on top of people with the Blink Dagger on Benjaz, get on top of people with Mr. Jeans, but you couldn't finish anyone off, especially with the extra heal that Husky was providing.
Yeah, sick game all around, really fun to watch, and we have one more series here to wrap up the night. For those of you that don't know, it's going to be Black and Yellow versus Hikori. Now, neither of these teams have managed to pull out a win this tournament. They have had a pretty rough start, but we're going to see which of these 2 teams comes out ahead here finally in our last series. So stay tuned for more here, everyone. Again, this is the BTS Pro Series, season number 9. We'll see you after the break.